you. Jazzer69 is our first new person, of course.
Hi everyone, my name is Akari and this is my beat breakdown. Before we start, I just want to say that yes, I am jazzer69. That's just my old gamer username. I think I have to update some information on my Discord. But anyway, let's get to the beat. So the way I started this beat, I grabbed this sample and I chopped it right where the long sustained note starts. So right here, I took that long note and I put some auto-tune. It's not doing much, actually it's disabled right now. I tried some alter boy but I didn't like it. Then this plugin, Lossy, it's sort of like a beat crusher, but I used a filter as well and some reverb. I'm cutting a lot of high frequencies and low frequencies. Then I added more reverb, Valhalla. Then I added wow control. I used the doubler preset. It's like a sort of like a chorus, so it makes it wider. Then kickstart for the sidechain feel. So once I had that rhythm going, I automated the pitch right here at the beginning and at the end. I did it differently each time. Actually, the first one doesn't have the pitch automation because I wanted the first one to sound like it's coming from the sample, so I didn't want to do any pitch bends. But then it sounded too boring, so then I added the pitch automations. Yeah, so on the third one I only did it at the beginning, and the fourth one it's similar to the second one. The second sound I used was this Matrix one-shot. It's from Jordan Fox one-shot kit. So the way I chose these chords, I wanted to have some chords with this note on top. So that note is a C. I wanted to put some chords that had a C but that are not C major or C minor. So here I used D flat major with C, you can see it right here. C, it's like the major 7th, then E flat major, C, it's like the 13th. It's basically major chords with extensions, and then F minor. So this entire progression it's around F minor. Then the processing for the chords, I just added some Echo Boy, the chip tape preset, kickstart again, but here I am automating the mix on the kickstart. What I wanted to achieve was I wanted to keep the attack of the chords at the beginning and then make it move with the sidechain. So it's keeping the attack on the first half, and on the second half it's ducking a little bit. The rest of the effects I'll show later. Then the third sound, it's this kind of vocal chop. It's also from the sample, from that part. So if I take the effects, if I turn off the effects, you can hear the sample. Auto-tune again, but it's not really doing anything. Alter Boy, just for some drive and to lower the formants. It really gave me that robotic feel. Lossy again for the filter, reverb, beat crushing, drum control. This is sort of like the gross beat on FL. So if I take the effect all the way up, you can hear what it's doing. Right? It sounds like really choppy and sort of like a gate effect, but I just used a little bit of it. Then I grouped these 3 sounds and I added some EQ, some compression, this is like a filter, and some wobble. RC20 mainly for this knob, it's making it wider, some distortion, good hertz mid-side. I'm basically taking some information out of the center and I'm adding some to the sides. I did this because I wanted more space for the kick and the 808 to come through, and some sidechain compression coming from the kick. Those 3 sounds together sound like this. Then the drums, I think I started the drums with the hi-hats. So it's mainly playing 8th notes, but I played around with the attack and the decay of some of the hats just to make it sound a bit more human. I also moved them off of the grid. I also played with the gain, and also I'm doing sidechain compression coming from the kick. Oh yeah, it's a BWB hi-hat. Then the rim, it's also from BWB. Then I added this accent hi-hat. Yeah, I felt like it gave it like an extra drive. This hat is from SB2. It's a splice kit. Hat roll, another one right here. These are both from PCR, splice kits. Then some accent snares. Some of the snares are hitting with the rim, like this one, and some are off, just filling some spaces. This open hi-hat from SB2, same kit as this hi-hat. It's just playing on the one. Then the kick and 808 from BWB. And I added some sidechain to the 808. Usually I don't do it. When I have more time to mix my beats, I play with the fade knob right here, just so it can fit with the kick. But I didn't have much time, so the drums all together, they sound like this. And the drums with the rest of the elements. Technically that's all I sent for the beat battle, but I was actually working on a different section, but I was running out of time, so that's why I only sent the first section. But I finished the new section for this video. The new section goes like this. For this section, I resampled the drums and I pitched them down 12 semitones. And I duplicated this. I changed the open hi-hat a little bit so the bounce could change slightly. The kick is the same. Then something interesting, I added this plugin called Envelope Follower. Basically what it's doing, it's like taking the waveform of that audio, the kick in this case, and it's like scanning the waveform, and you can map that waveform to any other plugin. So I'm mapping this to this filter right here. This filter is on the chords that we already saw. So you can see how it's moving when the kick is moving. It's actually moving slightly later because I changed the delay right here. Also, I added like a lower pad. For this, I just resampled the same chords and I pitched them down 12 semitones. So it was originally like this. And then I chopped this and this. I chopped this and then I reversed each chop. So the way I did this, it's like this is what I had first, and then I select this, Command E, then I hit this reverse. Once I had it reversed, I click Command 4, then Alt Shift, and you can move it around. So I did that until I found like a cool bounce that I liked. I also put it mono. By the end of the section, you can hear the higher keys coming back slowly. Yeah, so I just automated a filter right here. Also on the higher keys, I automated a gain. I like doing this sometimes where I mute completely a reverb. Like if I do this, the reverb tail will continue to play, right? But if I mute it, then the reverb disappears, and that creates like a different bounce. A different vocal chop is the same chop we already saw, but just a bit more filtered, and it's placed on different places. And I'm doing the same. I'm muting it just so it's a bit tight, a bit more tight, and I felt like it had more bounce that way. This is like a variation. It's like a variation of the first vocal chop. Yeah, so this is the same as we saw before, right? And then I clicked here and it made it like half speed. And by doing that, it gave like a different bounce because the way the notes were bending was different. And then I added some effects. Portal is multi preset from Pilgrim's Memories Bank. Super VHS just for the reverb, distortion, some chorus kind of flanger effect. Lossy for the filter, kickstart. And I added some tape stops just to make it different. And some panning. And I did the same trick with the gain automation here. It's actually doing the same automation as the chords, so they are working together. And the chords are working together with the kick. That entire new section sounds like this. So that's it for this beat. I just want to say thank you to Kenny for hosting these battles. I think it's a great opportunity for up-and-coming producers to showcase their work and to collaborate with other producers. Thank you to the community for voting. If you enjoyed this video, if you learned something, you can hit me up on Instagram. I'll be happy to make some music with you guys, talk about production or life or anything. Thank you.